In this video, we will be showing you how to complete the SCI or Substantial Capital Investment portion of your application. In order to access this part of the application, during the initial application, you needed to click that you wanted to complete the SCI application, and that was shown to you in the videos regarding your initial applications. You'll notice here, you'll start with the disclaimer that shows you what statute is related to SCI, and it also reminds you that SCI is not an additional fee. The $75 fee for your application will include if you wish to complete SCI. Reminder that you would be completing SCI if you have not irrigated the land in the years preceding the deadline, and if you are wanting to do a type 2 and have not been using water prior to the deadline. The application will start with asking you information about when you purchased the land, and will contain some key things that may have been done to the land to prepare it for irrigation or other uses. So you're going to enter in the date that you purchased the land. You can use the drop down or enter it in yourself. Then it's going to ask you about land clearing or leveling on your land. Have you leveled or cleared the land? If this is applicable to you, you're going to look here and fill in the date of when that occurred. It's going to ask you if you're estimating that date or if it's an actual date. Then it's going to ask you for information regarding the land that you leveled. You're going to say how much it cost you to do this leveling. And then it asks you, is this estimated or not? If you click that it is estimated, you will not need to add receipts. You may still do so if you have documentation of other kind. If you click no, that it was not estimated, you will need to attach documentation, receipts, checks, anything like that that you have to show the cost of that. Now, at the bottom of the page, you're seeing that there is a Save for Later and a Previous button. You want to make sure that on your browser, you are not using the browser buttons at the top to go back and forth. You will lose information. You may save for later if this is an application that you need to come back to at a further time. If you are done with this page, you can click Next. If you needed to go to a previous page, then you would need to click Previous. Now, if you made a mistake and you did not attach something that was required, you will see a red notification, and you will need to attach the needed documentation before it will let you proceed to the next page. Now you are being asked about anything you have done to your irrigation system. Again, it's going to ask you the date that was completed. And here you're going to give a little narrative about what you did to your irrigation system. You added new sprinklers, you put in a new pivot, you upgraded an old pivot. Again, you're going to be asked for the cost estimate. If you have additional items, click the Add button in the top. So you did multiple irrigation things, you can click the Add button at the top. You're going to enter in your cost if that's applicable, and then again, whether or not they're estimated or real costs. If your costs are real costs and you know for sure, please attach the documentation. Receipts, canceled checks, and anything like that will work. If you don't need something, you've added something you don't need, you can click delete and it will go away. You can also minimize so that you're not looking at all of those boxes and make your screen a little clearer by clicking on the little arrows on the left-hand side. It is important to note that you will only be able to use years here that are in the time frame for your SCI. Enter the time that the improvement was made. Enter what the improvement was. The amount, and determine whether that is estimated or not. Remember, if you choose that it is not an estimated cost, you will need to attach any documentation such as canceled checks, receipts, invoices. If you do not, you will get a red error message and will not be able to proceed with your application.
Okay, so here you're going to be asked some questions about your well, if you've done any work on your well. So we're going to identify the date that happened, the depth of the well, the size of the casing, the pumpage rate, and anything that we did. So let's just say we put a new motor, new casing, new gear head. And then we're going to identify the cost associated with that. Again, if this is an estimated cost, we do not need to attach. If it is not an estimated cost, we will need to attach a file. Then we're going to click next. That will take us to our fencing. For the fencing, they're going to ask us the date of the installation. And again, we can choose a number that is within the time frame of our allowed cost. And the link that we installed in fencing and the type of fencing. Any cost associated with that, and whether that cost is estimated or not. So if I say no, I'm going to have to attach a receipt. I'm just going to say yes, so I don't have to attach a receipt. Then we're coming down here to anything else that you can think of that maybe you didn't include above. Legal fees, you bought a tractor, you did some other kind of stuff, you had to get a surveyor to come out. Anything else that you think pertains to getting that land ready to irrigate, you're going to add here. So we're just going to put legal fees, and we'll say $1,000 for that and save. And if I have another item, I'm going to hit add item, and I'm going to put a tractor, and that cost me $25,000. Again, if you make an error, it will tell you. Is this estimated or not? Yes or no? I'm going to say yes, just so I don't have to attach a receipt here, but you would if you said no. Again, uploading a file here. Now, on number 8, it is going to show you the total cost of everything that you have put in up until this point. So it's going to include fencing, irrigation, the wells, any additional fees, and all of that is going to be totaled up for you. So you will not need to do that by hand. And then you're going to come down here and click I certify that this is complete. Check the date, make sure that it is correct to the best of your knowledge, and you are going to then hit next. Remember that this is very important. You must verify all of the information before you click the final submit button, and you'll need to use the previous button if you would like to go back and forth. If you want to save this for later, again, you can still save for later at this point. It shows up under your draft applications. I'm going to go ahead and hit submit. I will then get the option for payment. We show you how to do the payment in another video.